Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Losers Watch Love Island. I'm Brandon and this is
Crista.
So for today, we're going to be recapping episode 2 and 3 because a lot happened. So quick recap, we met our 5 boys, 5 girls, and then we got our first bombshell, Liv, and then Liv chose Rob and recoupled, leaving Leah alone. But the twist at the end of the episode was...
we got 2 new humans. Hakeem
and Connor.
So Hakeem's 29. And here's my thing. When he was like, oh, I have Riz. You're too old for that. Like, I didn't even know what that was. He's only 4 years younger than me.
Because you're old.
Yes, but he is also old.
30's the cutoff. Riz is a 30 and under.
I just feel like when you're that...
you're old.
It's, like, embarrassing to say, well, I got Riz. Like, you're just... I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like that about him.
Haters gonna hate.
I hate you. But he's from Jamaica, lives in Miami. I literally said Riz, too old.
I immediately thought fuckboy, and he acted like he was a fuckboy. The entire little intro walk.
Yeah, but they all do. I think that's like what they're told to do. Like, hey, look like an asshole. Like, we'll figure it out later whether you're not an asshole or not, but just like act like you're super cool. Like, I think that's the thing.
Act like you have Riz.
Oh my god. And then Connor, who's 28, also old, but didn't say Riz, you know? Like,
nope.
We like him better already.
And he walked in with almost no intro about himself and just said, I'm here to steal your girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl. And I think he looks like a young Tom Welling.
I think he's still ugly. That was the end. Was my white guy be ugly? I wrote too confident. Like, that was my first thing. Like, you were too confident to look like that. And then he's looking for a long-term relationship because I don't think he's ever had one. So.
Okay.
That was my impression of him. And that he lives in LA. Congrats.
Yeah, he really gave no personal information. Like, yeah, nothing.
And I still feel like I know we're going to get there, but I still feel like even throughout the episode, I still feel like I didn't get a lot of personality. Like, I feel like he's very generic. I don't know. That's just how I feel about him, even having watched 2 episodes, you know? I know we're not there yet. I'm just
jumping ahead.
Sharing how I'm feeling still about him from my first note, and that nothing changed throughout.
Okay. So we open up, and Liv has just stolen Rob from Leah. And then the bombshells come in, and then they get introduced to the crew. So then we're having little chit-chats after the recoupling, and then introducing new guys. New guys come in, and they Hakeem immediately goes down to the girls.
Yeah. Connor, gave it some time. And all he really shared was he likes blondes. So we knew Kaylor would catch his eye, because really, him and her and Liv are the only 2 blondes.
Yep.
And Liv had just coupled up. So, they all just coupled up. It's still day 1.
Is it early days?
It's early days. But it's still day 1. And then Janae, I almost said Jana. Janae is going off about how she's so set in her couple and her and Coy. Like, that's it. I'm like, you got here less than 12 hours ago. You haven't even been here long enough to know anything about the guy. How are you like, that's it? That's all I need. What if Hakeem or Connor? Great.
Yeah.
No, I'm set. Day 1, I'm set.
So they did their usual. Hakeem comes in and says, oh, who's everyone coupled up with? And immediately we get Leah telling Hakeem she was just taken from Rob. And Hakeem moved in and laid it on thick.
Yeah, and described his type as being exactly her. Dark hair, good butt, works out a lot. And Leah's like, yeah, that's exactly me. Do you work out a lot? I feel like she didn't really talk about that at all. And we haven't seen them work out at all yet. So it just is so much, I don't know, not assumption, but she's like, yeah, that's me. But you're just already so sad, girl. So it just seems too sudden, you know?
Yeah. I didn't like Hakeem very much at this point. Didn't seem very genuine or likable. Just the fuckboy attitude.
And kind of annoying. It's like he was just a lot at the beginning.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I didn't really like Connor.
Yeah.
So I feel like we were kind of opposite on the two of them.
Like, Connor was fine. He just wasn't a lot other than, like, yeah, he comes in and he's going to like blondes, and Kaylor's right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we think that, yeah.
And then they go for not a long time, but they start talking about how they tried to paint Liv as a villain, which I get we do every time. Like, we try to paint the person who steals people as villains, okay?
Yep.
It's day one. So it's the same thing as Koye having to pick someone out of the three people standing there, and then you guys having to pick a second choice. Like, she just came in. It's the same day. You guys have been here less than 12 hours. She had to pick someone. She's not a villain. They kept talking about how she seems so spiteful. She doesn't know any of you or any of them. She had 5 hours to pick someone.
Yep.
Relax. It sucks. I feel bad for Leah. She cried. I feel bad. I do. I understand that she really liked him, and that's cool. But she's not a villain just because she came in, went with her gut in the small amount of time she had.
Yeah, that's true. At this point, Liv and Rob are having their first conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob just sits there being all like, I've been thrown for a loop. I don't understand.
But then he said he wanted to give her a chance.
Yeah. After meditating.
Yeah.
He had to do some meditation breaths with her.
Yeah. And she was
not into it.
We're doing that? Okay.
Right now? You mean right now?
Yeah. But yeah. I felt really bad when Leah was crying, even though it's the first day. So it's just, you're not married. You're not in love. It's fine. But I felt bad that she was crying because she seems extremely nice.
Yes.
She just seems like such a sweet person. So it just made me feel for her.
Yep. Then we get a little casual, like everyone breaks up and starts talking to their partners and stuff. And we get to see Connor walk, and he sure is a Dorito.
God.
They comment on this, and they call him a Dorito, and he walks like a Dorito. His shoulders are doing all of the stepping.
And as I wrote down, what is he doing when he's walking? They were all making fun of him.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so I actually am correct in thinking he's walking stupid.
You were not the only one.
Yeah.
No.
And I felt like I was, and when I was writing it down, I was like, God, I'm a savage. But no, everybody just made fun of him 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
He
is nicely shaped as a Dorito.
Is that a nice shape?
It is a nice shape, sure.
I just can't believe how we're on day one and there's so much drama. It just is a lot happening for a first day.
The Dorito is not actual drama.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I not skipped past it, but I ended that, and it blew my mind how much we're going through in episode 2.
Yeah. Connor starts talking to people. Someone says that maybe it's even the narrator guy. He says that Connor looks like Ryan Reynolds. He does not.
No.
He looks like Tom Welling, thank you.
He doesn't
from
look like either of those.
But he's sitting there chatting with the girls, like a group of them, I think, at this point. And then he says how he's single and he needs a date for his sister's wedding in August. So, he's got to find his love on this island.
And that's a way to get a date.
Yeah.
You can't get a date any other way. You got to come onto Love Island for 2 months and then end it right before you go to the wedding and hope that you find someone.
You got to
shoot your shot.
Yeah, shoot your shot. Be famous. Be internet famous. Be on Love Island,
Because
once in a lifetime.
Because if Love Island doesn't work out, your DMs are full by the time you're done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Love Island is once in a lifetime, unless you go on to the next season, and then the next season, that is Love Island Games.
Scott. Or you could just be Scott and be on 3 regular seasons.
I'm pretty sure it was 2 and then the games, but
I don't think Scott was on games.
Same with Mitch. He was also 2 and then the games. Oh no, he was on
1 and then he was on All Stars.
1 the games and All Stars, wasn't he?
On All Stars. That was you're thinking of Callum. Callum was on season.
Callum was
and
on
games.
a season in games.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe only Scott was on actually 2 full well, not full, but like 2 seasons and then games.
R.I.P. Scott. I hope he found love. And hope we never see him again on Love Island.
Agreed. But football is life. He will find his way. He's an excellent goalie, I'm sure. I don't follow football.
I don't know anything about Scott, so. So Connor pulled Kaylor, which we knew was going to happen.
Yep.
Because she was his type.
Yep.
And they go for a chat.
And Liv was busy with Rob, trying to talk to him for the first time ever.
And get to know him a bit. And Kaylor kind of opened up a bit about being a swimmer and that she liked their conversation and said she wanted to get to know him more and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
They bonded over sushi. Gross. But that was kind of it in their conversation. Like
It's only his first night. He's only like, this is the end of their night, basically, you know? So,
yeah.
yeah. And then we get our first night where we see people like take off all their
makeup. When did Kayla and Aaron make out? Was that at night? I made a big note of it, but I wrote it at the top because I obviously ran out of room somewhere, so it must have been during the nighttime because I thought it was so sweet because I really like them.
Yeah, I think it was when they were in the bed.
I was getting stressed about her talking to Connor, and I was like, no, it's only day one. You can't ruin my predictions already. So then I was pumped when they were making out because I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
The Leah looked really pretty without makeup. Like she was very normal looking, which was nice. And then Liv looked really good.
Kayla, Leah, and Liv, I wrote down that said they look good without their makeup.
Yep. Because that's how you know if they're pretty or not. Like the people on the show wear so much makeup, it's hard to tell. Your skin is fake most of the time.
Yep.
But the three of them looked really cute. I didn't really see the other people / Hannah is not going to look pretty without makeup, so it doesn't matter because it's Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about her that just ain't it. But I did put, when Kayla was talking about Connor being husband material, I wrote I'm pissed because I don't.
But he's so mature and like husband material.
Is he though?
That's what she said.
And then we got to the socks in bed.
We got to the socks in bed. This was very confusing. Hakeem wears socks in bed. And for all bedtime activities, any activity in the bed, he needs socks on. And I don't understand the science here.
My mom also sleeps in socks. It's a weird thing that some people have and do. And I think it's creepy because I would never, that's like suffocating my feet.
Yep.
I couldn't do that. I don't even like blanket on my feet.
Static electricity.
Ugh.
Sock and blanket.
And I thought that was weird. And whoever he was talking to, because I can't remember who it was.
It was just a group of guys. Well, I think it was just a group of bedtime at this point. And
somebody else said they slept in socks or liked sleeping in socks. And it's just, you're all serial killers.
You
guys are freaks. It's fine.
Okay. First morning, we get Rob in that classic situation where he's in a love triangle. He's got 2 girlfriends. And he wants to be a nice guy, so, you know, he's going to make them breakfast, and he's going to be real fancy, and he's going to, like, make an omelet and shit. No, he can
avocado toast.
He can only make avocado toast. It's the only thing he knows how to make. This man is 25 years old and can only spread an avocado on some toast.
I'd be happy with avocado toast, though, because they don't have a lot of, like, they do have groceries. We know for a fact that they get to make a grocery list of stuff they want, and then the producers buy it for them, and that's what they do for a week. But I think that's still a sweet breakfast because you also have to think they're all very fit people. Like, I don't think they eat as much in the mornings as normal people. I think they're like, let's eat, and then they work out, and then they eat more. Like, I just think they're different breeds of humans there. So I think avocado toast is a very sweet breakfast.
It's a fine breakfast. It's probably what they wanted. It just bothers me that that's what he admits. And he also asked someone else to make the coffee because he says he doesn't know how to make coffee.
But if he's not a coffee drinker, why would he know how to make it?
At 25, you just know how to... It doesn't seem that hard to learn how to put the powder in the filter and then put water in the system. It basically makes itself.
I agree with you, but if you've never drank coffee or you're not a coffee drinker and you don't own a coffee maker, you wouldn't really know how to do it just off the bat.
I think you're 25 and you should know by now.
Coffee. So we know.
Yeah.
Give him the
anyway, he's cute. He brings them both breakfast. It's cute. He delivers it. He's trying to keep good gracious with Leah and give Liv a shot.
Yeah, sweet.
And then they have their first conversation, Rob and Leah, of the day. Or no, Rob and Liv, sorry. Rob and Liv had their first conversation of the day, and it turns out to be a whole lot of nothing. And then they both walk away disappointed, and Liv goes, there was nothing there.
Yeah, but it's also your first conversation. Like, you can't all be winners.
Oh, I agree.
You just spend so much time with all these people. That's all I think about when I'm watching this.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
We get Serena and Connor.
Yeah.
They talk.
They bonded over music.
Yeah. Serena tells Connor that he is stature-esque. I liked this line, stature-esque. I mean, the real word is statuesque, but, you know. And he's like a mannequin, being all stature-esque.
Yeah. Weird. It's Hannah. It's Hannah who wears socks to bed. No surprise. She's weird. She's a serial killer. I wrote Hannah equals serial killer.
Yep.
So that's staying true.
This comes up during Hannah's talking to Hakeem about it because he was showing everyone last night he wears socks to bed when he went to bed with Connor. And then she reassured him that he's not the only freak.
And then they made me eat my words because he tried to kiss Hakeem.
Yep.
And she said no. She didn't want it because she was feeling Kendall more. And I thought that they would never actually work out or like each other. I just didn't get that vibe first episode. And then they really, like, something happened that we didn't see, I guess, in that time that they really vibed. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, sure. If we're rooting for Kendall and Hannah, it's fine. I don't want to see her succeed anywhere, so I agree.
Absolutely not, but I don't want to see her with Hakeem either.
Yep.
I feel like that's even worse of a couple than Kendall. Kendall's kind of weird. Like, Kendall's not my favorite person in this show.
Yeah.
So him being with Hannah doesn't really bug me because I'm not rooting for him in any way right now either.
Yeah, that's true. This brought up, Kendall was talking to the boys, mostly Cordell, about like how Hannah was preoccupied talking to Hakeem this whole time. And then it brought up the whole, like, go over there, go intrude, like go talk to her then, just take her away from that conversation. And it just seemed like, I felt for both sides of the argument of like, do you go and steal someone when you're feeling threatened, or does that look like a bad move? Or
that looks like a bad. That shows the jealousy too much. It's day 2.
Yes, for sure.
It's too early days for you to be that jealous, and that's the whole point of the show. Like, that's what always bugs me too. The whole point is that you guys talk to different people and you see who you connect with more and that kind of stuff. Like, when you just decide first date that's the person, you're not getting the experience that you came there for.
Yep, 100%.
The whole point is to do that. So I don't like the jealous after day 1 kind of thing. I think that's a bit much. And he didn't pull her, did he?
No, he didn't. No. It just cut back and forth over and over again, which was kind of annoying because I don't think he was actually too into it like that, when it just made like editing choices, you know?
Yeah, they're making him seem more jealous because they need the drama. Yeah. It's just too early for the drama.
Yeah. Rob pulls Leah at this point to have a conversation, and this is where we get the narration and the really bad snake puns over and over again.
Oh my god.
And
I love this narrator, but it's a lot.
It's a lot. And he admits they're never stopping, and I was like, no, they can stop now, please.
Yeah. But he apologized and for being shitty last night.
The narrator?
No, Rob. I thought that was sweet and big of him, because I feel like people don't apologize in the show very often, except for like the girls to the girls for stealing your man or whatever. Yeah. But I liked that he apologized for being shitty and that he likes her and stuff.
Well, he wasn't like shitty. He just like was taken, and then he only spent that night talking to talking to Liv instead of Leah. But
that's what made him shitty, is that he didn't have any kind of conversation where she was feeling
reassured.
Or in not even that, to her, without having a conversation with him, she's thinking, well, what did he say to Liv? Because she talked about this. Yeah. What did he say to Liv that would ever make her think, yes, that's the choice I'm going for. That's who I want to go for. Because we also didn't see that at all. Yeah. I didn't see anything that made sense for Liv to choose him. So I get apologizing for that, because he should have had a conversation with her, even if it was a couple minutes, to just be like, hey, we'll talk more tomorrow. I'm not really sure what's going on. Like, I just wanted to apologize, whatever. I think apologizing for being shitty was nice of him. Yep. And I think that he's like trying with her, and she was confused. Like, weren't we all? That was so thrown off.
We weren't shown the Rob and Liv conversations before they coupled up that much. So yeah, I totally agree. Then we get Koye talking to Janae.
Oh, I just wrote married couple already.
Married couple.
They got from their talk.
Day 2, lol. They talked about this. Yeah. That is their consensus.
But that was the highlight of their convo. It wasn't very riveting.
Yeah. Then we get Kaylor talking to Connor again.
In the weird little pool space that's not a pool, but it's like a weird little pool.
Could be a pool if you filled it with water, but instead you filled it with pillows. Yeah.
Made it like a cute little sneaky place.
Yeah. And then all the girls went to spy on them because they're 12.
There was 3 of them, and it was Serena, the leader.
That is half of the girls.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Serena really led that. And Janae was like, if you fuck this up and make noise, I'm going to be pissed. One of them said that. I can't remember which one, but it was funny.
Yep.
And then they made out. Who are you? What are you doing? You're with Aaron. And Aaron is cute. Why are you kissing Connor? And
Sure.
like, now that all the girls have seen, he will find out if she doesn't tell him. Because 3 girls saw it happen. You were in the sneaky place, but...
Drama will ensue.
Yeah. Unless she tells him.
Yeah. After this, we get Rob comes up with a code, I don't know what to call this one. A code action
Yeah.
to tell Leah, let's go talk somewhere.
It was like a football term.
And we'll sneak off. No, it's baseball.
Baseball.
He explains later it's the baseball steal sign.
Yeah.
Where he acts like he's rolling up his sleeve on his arm. And he quick talks about this with Leah, and then we see them all in a group chat, and he kind of like does that, and then he walks off, and then Leah sees it, and then she a little bit later walks off, and then they walk on over to the dock,
Which is such a cute space.
Yeah, sure, it's cute.
Had that. It's cute.
No, it's cute. Fine, the dock is cute. I didn't like Rob's childish steal signal. I think that's stupid. Just be upfront and talk.
Well, yes, but I think he's trying to show her he cares and do little small things
And sneak behind Liv's back.
Tell Liv. But it's also the second day, and you stole him from a couple he was happy in. Like,
which is all the more reason I say just be upfront and be like, no, I'm talking to the girl I thought I was matching with on purpose.
Well, yes, and I think he's shitty for that, but I think he's not shitty to Leah in this. And I think she deserves it more than Liv.
Yeah.
You stole him, and he didn't want to be stolen, essentially. And if I had seen more conversation between him and Liv, maybe, or I could understand maybe he was flirting or doing something that made sense to this, I would be more on your side. But I don't see any of that. So at the same time, I feel like Liv just made a wild decision. I don't think she's a villain.
She's wildin'.
I just think she made a decision that doesn't really make sense. And now she's paying for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I don't think that in a same way, yes, I think he should tell her, but I also don't think he's doing anything wrong trying to make Leah feel special and showing her that he actually cares about her and wants to keep trying. Like, I don't know. It's a hard...
I agree with the sentiment. I just don't like how it's coming in.
Yes. But yeah, they never had a secret dock location before. I liked it.
Yeah, that's cute.
And they made out a lot. And then I wrote break shit off with Liv. Okay, thanks. So I was on your side while watching.
And that's the end of episode 2. And then we get the little preview and someone's going home.
Yeah.
Big drama. Someone's going home. Blah, blah, blah. Tomorrow night.
Yeah. And then...
At this point, did you have any thoughts on who was going home?
Yes. I don't recall. But if I'm thinking about it, because I thought, and I know I'm skipping ahead here, but I thought that the guys would pick the girls they like, because that's how we usually do it. The 2 new people usually pick the people they want to be, like, couple up with.
Yeah.
And then everybody else picks. And we knew girls would be picking because there was more guys than there is girls. That's the only way somebody can go home.
Yes.
But I assumed they'd do it the same way, where it was Hakeem and Connor would get to pick, then the girls would choose out of who's left.
Correct.
And at that time... Sorry?
I'm following you.
So at that time, I thought that Connor was going to choose Kaylor.
Yep.
And I thought Hakeem was going to choose... I thought he was going to choose Hannah.
Yep.
At the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that means that either Aaron or Kendall... I thought Kendall was going home. That was who I for sure thought was going to go, because I think that somebody else would have picked Aaron to keep him in there. So I was like, for sure Kendall's going home, because I was so set that Hakeem was picking Hannah. Because every conversation that they had was so, like, she really liked him. She was super into it. So that's where my head was at when this started. Yep, Kendall's going home.
I agreed with that. My logic was more guys than girls. Girls get to choose. And I didn't actually think that far ahead with your new couple or new bombshells usually get to choose before all that stuff. So I thought that Kendall was going to go home just because Hannah was going to choose Hakeem.
Yeah.
And then the one extra guy being Kendall, and he would be sent home.
Yeah. But then we go into Hakeem, the lover boy, and not the fuck boy. Was how this episode started. And then, I did write Kendall Props goes home. I just didn't read that far down my page. So I think this season, compared to other seasons, even though we're on episode 2, I think the first couples actually like each other more than normal. And I think that's due to them being able to kiss them and talk to them more ahead of time.
That first game.
Yes, because this is the first season that I find a lot of the beginning couples actually are more compatible with each other than normal. Whereas usually it's like, oh, I hate him. I wish he was hot, but that's it. So I think that's interesting.
Yep.
And then I was confused when Serena and Cordell were chatting at the beginning of this episode because she basically friend zoned him.
Did she?
Yeah, but didn't at the same time because she said she's really drawn to him, but then she said that she doesn't feel a connection and started talking about being friends, about how you have to be friends first.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, are you friend zoning me?
Yeah. He called it out, and then she immediately said, no, I just think I need to be your best friend before I become, like, in a relationship with you. So at least there's some clarification there.
But you only got 8 weeks.
Well, I said that they were my couple, so you will hush your face.
But they're a slow burner. I hate that statement.
No, it's early days. Shut up.
Oh, my God. Go ahead.
We also open up with Hannah and Hakeem talking. A lot of flirts between those two.
Mm-hmm.
And it really doesn't seem like we actually see any of Hannah and Kendall talking.
Yeah. But doesn't want to kiss.
But doesn't want to kiss Hakeem because she's with Kendall. But
really, she blamed it on her makeup, remember? My makeup would get all over you, which we know is true.
True facts.
Disgusting. But I just feel like that's a lame excuse for you liking your current partner.
Yep. And also leading this guy on. But yeah. Who knows? Episode 2 ended like mostly 3/4 of the way through a night, I'd say, because episode 3 like picks up where episode 2 ended off that same night on like night 2,
as it normally does. Yes.
And then now we're going into bed at this point.
I had Connor and Janae talking, or was that
that's the next day.
Oh my God.
That's the next day. They don't talk until day 3.
Oh, okay.
Because before that, though, everyone goes to bed again for the second time. And this is where the guys are still sleeping together.
Connor and Hakeem,
yeah.
You're so bad with names. That's actually crazy.
This is where we get that first awkward night where it turns out Hannah does like Kendall, at least, because they're going at it way too loudly. And I believe Janae wakes up. And
it was Serena.
Serena wakes up. Okay. And it's just like, I will go sleep outside if this doesn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because it is so loud and they're just going straight at it.
Yeah, I had Serena telling them to stop so she doesn't have to sleep outside.
And Kaylor and Aaron, before they go to bed, they're in bed and they're talking, and Kaylor tells Aaron about the kiss she had with Connor.
Yes, because
for Kaylor.
Kaylor is a sweet princess, and she did tell him, and I liked that. I liked that she was open about it right away, and then like just knows that he's the one.
Yeah. Next morning, we get Rob doing 2 breakfasts yet again,
and then drops it off for Leah because she like gave it to Liv and then gave it to Leah and then said be safe and did his weird arm signal again.
Yep.
But why did he say be safe? Like she's gonna walk down the stairs to you. Be safe.
It's just a thing you say now since COVID. Okay, be safe.
I just thought that was so funny.
We're all in danger all the time. Also, this is Love Island USA. They're used to guns, used to the violence.
I thought that Connor and Janae talking threw me off because I didn't think that I thought Janae was so set on Koye because she talked about that, obviously.
Yep.
But then he talked about reading and how she reads. She loves serial killer books, blah, blah, blah. So does every woman in America. But I don't understand why everybody loves Connor. Like, everybody likes talking to him. Why? He's like a potato. Like, he doesn't have a personality.
He's a great-looking potato.
He's an ugly potato.
No.
I don't know. I don't know why everybody's like, ooh, Connor. But anyways.
We get a text during the day. So this is day 3, and we get a text, and it's about a game.
Yep.
Can't wait to get into this.
But then sorry, I have to share that I wrote this down for you. I wrote, Hannah is even uglier without makeup. Jesus Christ. That was a note I had to make because it was bad.
Wow.
It was scary. It was like a jump scare. Continue. I have so much more writing before the game.
Jeez Louise.
Well, I just thought that I think Liv and Hakeem would be a cute option because they talked for like a short, like just a brief moment.
Okay.
But I thought that they looked like they could get along really well because we know Liv and Rob are not really the endgame couple here.
Yep. Oh, that's true.
And then they had a little conversation, and I thought they seemed like they could be really cute and get along well.
Yep.
Because Hakeem, to me, has kind of redeemed himself a little bit in his conversations. He's like, from the beginning, I know we kind of thought he was annoying and fuckboy, but I think he's talked a bit more about himself now, and I think he's a little bit more interesting.
Yep.
And I like his personality now that I've watched him.
His walking in talking head was pretty aggressively fuckboy, but like it doesn't seem like he's holding true to that.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. But and I think Liv is a very like more serious person. I don't think she's as, like I said before, bubbly with Kaylor. I think that she's more just like a more like dry fun.
Yep.
Like a dry humor kind of person. I think that they might be a cute idea. That's really the only other thing I put. And then I just talked about Connor pulling Janae again because they've had a couple conversations, and I wrote maybe she ditches Koye because they've shown Janae and him talking 3 times now, which is crazy because we're still near the beginning of the episode, and they just have had a lot of conversation. So, and then I wrote, I have no idea who's going home now because I was confused at this point, even though I was so sure it was Kendall.
Yeah. And I'm not sure at this point if we've had more conversations between Rob and Liv, but Liv describes conversations with Rob as chipping away at an ice statue to get into a conversation, and they both have conceded at this point that they had nothing in common naturally.
So she was trying to pull teeth to build a connection. I think as soon as, especially when you're on day 2 or day 1 or whatever, that if you're not getting that naturally, that's not going to build. Like a full, if you guys have nothing in common and you can't even find a common ground of something to talk about to have a casual conversation, that's not going to work.
Yeah, I give you that.
It's just too boring. Yeah. And then it's too boring for TV, so obviously you guys can't be together.
Something will ruin it.
So then it was game time. Woo-hoo.
Game time. Woo-hoo.
Game time.
So we're playing Legally Distinct, higher or lower, with cards, with the kings versus the queens.
Yeah. The first question was, how much money have you spent on a man?
So the guys were deciding if the girls were higher or lower than the previous girl. And then they had the girls all put into a standard deck of cards, giant poster, as queens.
Yes. So we started with Leah, who has spent $1,000 on a man, which is actually insane because she just seems so sweet, and I can't imagine Leah spending $1,000 on a man. And then what?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have the play-by-play for this. It went very quickly.
I did for this one because I found this one very interesting because I then tried to think about how much I've ever spent on a man.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably was like $2,000 when I went to Alberta. Like, I was like, have I really spent this much money on a man? Like, I was thinking about, like, Christmas gifts and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just in life. And then I was like, well, wait, we went on a vacation. And that was what my thought. Anyways, so then Janae was next, which I guessed would be higher for sure. And it was.
That I was shocked at that one.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, she seems a little bougier. Like, she likes nicer things.
Yeah,
but it was also a trip.
That doesn't translate into spending on someone else.
True. But it was $2,500 on a plane ticket.
Yeah.
So they probably went on a vacation. So I do understand that one because flying and going on vacations is expensive as hell.
Yeah.
So we had Kaylor, who I definitely thought was going to be lower.
Yep.
That was my guess.
I also agreed with that. Yeah.
And then it was $5,000 on it. And she goes, but it was Christmas.
It could have been a trip too for Christmas, but yeah, I agree.
She didn't specify that. She just made it sound like she bought $5,000 worth of Christmas gifts on one guy at one time. That's insane.
It was friggin' nuts.
Where did you get that? Where do all these people have money? What do you guys do for jobs? I forget, but I don't think Kaylor's in school.
Yeah, Kaylor was the student, which is why it was really throwing me off that she spent $5,000.
Crazy. And then Hannah, What did
Hannah.
you think Hannah's was going to be?
No, Hannah's I knew was going to be
knew she was-
next to nothing.
Yeah.
She was not, like, she's the type that I'm not spending money on a man spends money on me.
Yeah, and hers was $20.
$20, and her excuse or her explanation for that was, I don't know, I bought him food and snacks at a gas station.
Yeah. Look, what do you mean? Going out for dinner is more. We spent $100 on food in one night at a dinner restaurant. Like, what do you mean? That's insane. Oh, only he can spend the money.
Yeah, she demands that he spends the money.
Horrid. And then that was it. They didn't go. Serena wasn't, or I didn't write Serena down for that one.
Yeah, I don't know if they counted her.
Because then we got into how many, like, their body count.
Girls'
more exciting.
body count. Yeah.
Yeah, so Serena was 6th.
Yeah.
That seems on par for me. Leah, 16. I was a bit more surprised on that one. Mostly because she looks like a fish a little bit. She kind of has, like, fishy eyes.
I'm sure.
Janae was 22, which is, I think, the same number as her age. And
Sure.
then Kayla was 24.
Yep.
And Liv was 6.
Yep.
And Hannah was 11.
And I thought that I was surprised that Crista nailed them. She got all of them right. She
Yeah.
guessed almost every single one within like 1 or 2 points. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm a good read of humans, apparently.
Okay, so the next one was
Ghosted.
no.
Oh.
It was what number is too high
Mm.
for your man to have slept with?
I didn't write this one down because I thought...
It went so quickly. They almost like didn't, because all of them I think were like high, not like insanely high or anything, but it was like,
Well, one was infinity.
yeah, it was high enough because it didn't matter to them.
Yes, like that's what I mean. I didn't write this one down because it was kind of like, they don't care what you did in your past.
Yeah.
That was before.
Yeah. No drama could be gleaned from them picking a number.
Yeah, they didn't care about that.
So they blew through all the numbers, didn't count.
And then we went into how many people has your man ghosted? Because we switched to the guys now. I missed Kendall. I don't know why. I
Yeah.
think it was pretty low. I don't think Kendall had really ghosted that many people.
Yeah, it went through this one pretty quickly
Yeah,
too.
but Hakeem had ghosted no one, which I liked about Hakeem more. Because like I said, I think he's actually a nice guy.
Yeah.
So he's never actually ghosted a human. And then Cordell at his 1001.
Yes.
You're a trash human.
Well, so he explains this one though in the game because Cordell, if you remember, his brother is an NFL player.
Yes.
And so he explains it that there are so many girls that will like message him and then start a conversation and then almost immediately lead into, hey, can I meet your brother? And then all those things, and then he just blocks and deletes or whatever.
But
so
to
like
me-
that number can like shoot right on up.
But to me, that shouldn't have counted as his number. Ghosted should have been more of, has he gone on a date with them and ghosted them or talked to them for quite a while? Like, that's not, I don't count that as ghosting. Yeah, that person's a piece of shit. You block them. That's good. That's fine. I just think that that's like a cop-out to this answer.
Fair. I agree with you. He should have filtered out his numbers to be more specific to like if he was a piece of shit for ghosting versus I can have a super high number and then explain it all away by
Yeah.
this thing that is reasonable.
Yeah.
And that's fine, I guess, on either way. I agree with you though. I think he should have filtered out and then been more truthful
Yeah.
to himself and us.
But that was it. Those are the only ones I wrote out of note
Yeah.
because the rest didn't matter.
Yeah, they blew through them real
Yeah.
quick.
And then they did the body count for the men,
Yes.
which I assumed would all be high-ish because they're on a reality TV show. Like, you're probably all trashy humans, and that's fine. Kendall was 27.
Yep.
Connor was 53.
Yep.
Hakeem was only 24. I was surprised. That one I thought was going to be higher than the one before
Yep.
because we thought he was a fuckboy.
Yep.
Aaron at 75
That
kind
was
of shocked me.
It was a lot, and it's definitely because he's on them boats all day long.
Yeah, oh yeah, true. He's the yacht hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I just...
He's meeting people who are on vacation and exploring the world. Why not explore his body?
He just seems so nice. Like, I don't know. He just seems sweet. So I just didn't imagine. I know you can still be nice and sleep with people. It's fine. And then Cordell was at 30.
Yep.
Which is fine.
And
And
then,
then-
shockingly,
Yeah, not shockingly, he's 6'8", and women probably throw themselves at him. just like everybody did at the beginning of the show, because he's 6'8". So
And he's handsome.
he's fine.
He's a handsome man.
100 and he has nice skin. 150 people. That
Ish.
yeah, like that's and he had and Janae was like, well, he already told me before they announced the numbers. She was like, so I know it's 100. I know I'm confident in that. I don't care. And then the 150 like shocked her because why did he lie to her about it? If you were gonna tell her that it was 100 already, why didn't you just say the 150? That's so shady at that point because it just seems silly.
Yep. Agree.
And then I didn't write down anything about when they went through what numbers the guys would be offended.
I did. Don't worry. Because this is where the drama comes from.
Because this is ridiculous. Men are so stupid. Go ahead.
Okay. So the next one was, how many sexual partners is too much for their girlfriends to have? So we start with Kendall. And his answer was 100.
Which is a valid answer.
Kendall would be offended if the girl he's interested in has 100 body count.
Yes. Which is basically saying you don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
Connor said 15.
Which is actually insane.
Yeah. That's,
because you've slept with how many people? 53.
yeah. Connor, you've already got almost 3 times that.
Yeah. And then who's Connor? Connor's with...
Connor's not with anyone right now. He's a bombshell.
Okay, yes. Yeah. But he's looking at, let's say he's looking at Kaylor or whatever, and hers was 24, so she's already out.
Yeah.
You're out. All those girls are out. No one has slept, only Liv. Liv and Serena. They're both in.
Yep.
6. Anyways, continue.
We moved on to Rob, who said 500 would be too many.
Yeah, because it's a throwaway. He doesn't care.
We have Hakeem, who said 30 would be too many.
Which I think is reasonable. Like, that's not horrible. And then he also said, like, I don't really care.
Yep.
He did mention that.
Yeah.
I think he just put it down a number because you had to answer.
Yep. Aaron said 10.
Aaron's a loser.
Aaron, who was 75 or something like that.
Aaron was 75.
Yeah.
And he's with Kaylor, who's at 24. And she was like, well, I guess I'm out.
Cordell said infinity because he doesn't care.
Does not give a shit.
And Koye said 10.
Koye's a piece of shit.
Koye is a piece of shit.
Like, you've slept with 150 people and you're going to be offended that someone slept with 10?
10.
Get off it.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually nuts.
Agreed.
So anyway, basically everything is making me hate Koye.
Yeah. Also, Janae's number was 22. Koye says too many is 10. Like,
yeah. And Janae's was like, that's fine. That's reasonable. I don't know. It's just, I think this is I know the question was to stir up drama and like to talk about that stuff and make them be mad at each other and stuff. Like, I get that that's what the games are for.
Yep.
But that was a stupid question and who talked about how they didn't even ask that? It was Hakeem. Hakeem was like, I haven't even asked anybody that. That's why he said, I don't actually care. I think it's disrespectful to ask.
Yeah.
Because that is, like, it shouldn't be.
And he said 30.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't care.
Yeah. Like, it shouldn't be a question that's a make or break on your relationship, especially because it's stuff that happened before. Unless you're going to be hairy and cheat on people and just sleep with everybody and get paid money to do it. Sorry, I switched shows.
Yeah, you're talking Harry from Too Hot to Handle.
Harry.
That's a Netflix show. We don't talk about that here.
I'm just saying, like, that person, yeah, I'd be worried about your body count being 200 and that you're going to keep going. Whereas
this is not.
It doesn't, yeah, like, it's not the same thing. I don't know. Anyways, it's fine.
I got these pretty right. Just throwing that out there.
Yep.
And then the guys won the game because they guessed more accurately than the girls did.
I should have been on their team.
Should have been on
their team. Would have won.
Yeah, you would have. This game gave us nothing, no prizes or anything, so...
It just made Janae cry.
Yeah.
Which, there's also been a lot of crying in this episode.
Yep.
It's so much crying in the show right now. It is the day 2. Half these people are probably going to leave before the end of the show.
Leah is really sad that Rob was stolen.
And only 2 of you are going to win.
Leah was really sad that Rob was stolen.
Oh my god. Maybe we'll get... Oh no, this isn't the season with Casa Amor. I was going to say, maybe we'll get one other Casa Amor couple out of this. Because there's only been one in all of Love Island.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. And they just got engaged. We should be happy for them.
Happy.
Love.
Chuck. Okay, so everyone leaves the game, and then we get Koye and Janae's first combo after the game. which is mostly Janae complaining about Koye and his personality, and these conversations aren't living up to her standards.
Well, he's not giving her anything.
Yeah, he's a very, like, slow burn, quiet guy.
He's the other potato. Lack of personality potato.
Sure.
The thing I think she's also upset is that he knows she's been talking to Connor, and her conversations with Connor have been well, and he's just like, yeah, I understand it. It's like, there's just no
passion there.
There's no anything. It's just like, yep, cool. It's just, that's not enough. Like, I understand why she's upset. Like, that's frustrating when you're trying to, you have to fast pace getting to know people. That's the whole point of this.
True.
If you're not that kind of person and you can't be that person,
you're not going to last on the
show.
It
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. They didn't talk anything about the game in their first conversation after. They didn't bring up those numbers or anything. They didn't, like, not at all to each other, which is weird because then, like, their conversation ends and then she goes and she's getting ready for the evening and then Janae's complaining about the game again.
Because even if she said something, maybe she did and he just has no personality, so they didn't show it to us because he probably just said, I understand.
Yeah,
like, I just feel like he's not entertaining for TV, so they don't show us much of him.
That is true.
Honestly.
That is true. Definitely. So they're getting ready, and Janae's very upset about how he's not getting anything, or how she's not getting anything from him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we go to Liv.
Yep.
Going on the balcony with whoever she was with. I can't remember. Kaylor. And then seeing Rob and Leah kissing at the docks. And she was not happy about it.
She was not pissed. Scary.
Like, I understand you're upset, but it's also day 2.
But you can still be upset, and I would be upset that you're not telling me.
I guess. But you also don't have a connection at all. Like,
yeah, but just
just
tell me.
Fine. And then we got a text.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So that's when they tell us that the girls pick.
Yeah, it's a recoupling text.
Yeah. And then there's
Meet me by the fire pit.
And there's no safety for the new boys, which is actually insane.
Yep.
You get brought, like, that's always why they protect the new people on the first try, to give them a chance, because you're not really letting these people have a chance.
Yeah, but I feel like you brought in one bombshell episode 1 and then 2 more on episode 2, and then, like, everyone's almost been there. Like, literally everyone was there day 1.
But Liv got the chance to couple with someone, and she can't go home because girls pick.
Yes.
So they're just not giving them a chance, because if somebody doesn't pick one of them, they go home and they had, 6 hours? Like, it's they had a night.
I know they had 2.
Oh,
literally everyone was there since day 1.
I know, but they didn't get to couple up with anybody or actually try to prove a connection at all.
For sure.
I have a feeling this season has a lot of bombshells in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because otherwise it'll be so boring if they just have 10 episodes with just the same people. Then they fall in love, the show's over, everybody gets married. Done. Woo!
That's a Love Island Games right there.
So, because they know the text, like, they got the text saying that the recoupling's coming. Oh, Hakeem is out there grafting. Oh, is he ever? Is he pulling everybody and everyone and saying everything he wants?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Salesman gotta sell, you know?
It's just nuts.
Yeah.
But I like him. Like, because he's grafting and he's trying to have conversations with people, he's showing more of his personality. And I really like him now. He's growing on me.
And at this point, I believe it's at this point, he has a conversation with Hannah again that we get to see, where he's asking her, like, where are you feeling on this? Yep. And then she says, I'm 50-50.
50-50, I don't know which way I want to go. I really like both of you, blah, 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 the whole ordeal.
And he's like, you got to know something. And she's like, no, I'm 50-50. I'm right in the middle. I don't know.
In another awful outfit. She just has such weird clothing taste.
Yeah.
So then Ariana Maddox comes in. Her hair looks really weird. I noted that for some reason. I don't know. It was very strange. And then I wrote the show. I wrote who everybody was picking.
You sure did.
I knew all of them. I said them all out loud as it was happening. I knew exactly. And I knew what order they were going to pick in.
You got maybe one mixed up. But yes, you nailed almost. You got 99% on this.
I think I got the order.
Yep.
Fully. I knew exactly Serena was going to go first because we knew she wasn't, like, we knew Serena was picking Cordell.
Yep.
There was no, she's slow burning with him and she's starting to like him, and that's cool. So I knew she'd be first because there's no options for her.
Yeah.
Done. She picked Cordell. They were happy. She said her cute little speech. Perfect. Then Kaylor had to be next because we knew no one but Aaron.
She could have picked Connor.
But after their kiss, she said he wasn't Aaron.
Yeah.
She said it wasn't Aaron. It wasn't the same.
Fine.
So I knew she was going to go back to Aaron. And then Hannah got to pick. And I said it was going to be Hannah first because Liv had to wait.
Well,
because depending who Hannah picked here is how we would depict what
Or
Liv was
Hakeem
going to pick.
does.
Yes. Because either Hannah was picking Hakeem, and if she didn't, then Liv would pick Hakeem. So Liv can't pick first because then we wouldn't have the suspense of Hannah picking.
True.
So then Hannah picks Kendall.
Yep.
And then Hakeem gets mad at her and opens his mouth.
Yep. No, I think that's after the coupling.
No, it was during it.
Oh, no. Sorry. It's after he gets coupled up with Liv.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like wild because usually people aren't mouthy till after.
Yeah.
They wait till the host is gone.
So Liv goes next, and
Hakeem.
she does a little speech that really could be for Rob or Hakeem.
No.
Yeah.
No, because at the beginning of the speech, she specifically says, I want something that I didn't get before. So you knew it wasn't going to be Rob because of how she said it, because she was pissed off at him because he kissed Leah right before and she saw it and didn't get to say anything to him.
Okay.
You don't write this show. I write this show.
So sorry.
I'm the writer. So we knew.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm totally wrong. This is a note for another person.
Okay. Okay, so then Liv picks Hakeem, and then Ariana asks him, like, are you happy or were you expecting this? Whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I thought that Hannah was going to, like, essentially, I thought Hannah was going to pick me. She said 50-50, but her speech was fully like, I was 100% with Kendall, and this is what I wanted. And
Yep.
he, like, got kind of irritated about it because she had just said 50-50. Then she tried to say she didn't say that. Pull up the receipts, play it back. Get me a movie night. Like, that's insane.
We'll get a movie night 30 episodes later.
Like, you can't gaslight in this show.
Yeah.
You were on camera the whole time. This is the cuties moment all over again.
Again, not Love Island. That is a Netflix show.
And then we had Leah,
Yep.
who we knew was going to pick Rob, but we had to wait to make sure Liv didn't repick Rob to then have Leah.
Yep. And then we had Janae, and she's the one who had a choice between Connor and Koye, and her speech was the deceptive speech.
Yes, hers was deceptive because she made it sound like she wanted to give this person another chance.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. And then in my head, I was like, I was pretty sure Koye was going home. But then she said that, and I was like, okay, maybe she actually is picking Koye, and I misread the last hour of my life.
Yep.
And then she says, I'm going to pick Connor. And I was like, oh. And then to show off Koye's no personality more, they ask her, are you upset about this? And he's like, no, I totally understand her decision.
Yeah.
But that just shows even more that you just don't.
You don't got a personality for TV.
Yeah. And I think it's respectful that you understand her decision and you accept it, and that's great, especially because it's only been a day, so you guys have only somewhat gotten to know each other. But you're so boring on TV.
Agreed.
And then I found it so weird that Cordell started asking questions. Like, he was like interrogating Janae about why she didn't choose Koye because he was so heartbroken about it. Well, why don't you couple up with him?
Because you can't. And also, I thought that was adorable. And I love Cordell even more now because I liked Koye. I liked his boring nature. He was nice and fine, and I liked him. And I like Cordell as being heartbroken. Well, I don't like that he's heartbroken. I'm sad for him.
But who are you to ask somebody in front of the entire group why you didn't choose someone else? And then say, okay, I respect that. Nobody asked for your respect. And then you're putting this girl on the spot when that could have been, maybe she wanted to have a private conversation with him like she did when she pulled him at the end to say, hey, I'm sorry, I hope there's no bad blood, blah, blah, blah. It just felt disrespectful to me because it's awkward that you're doing that in front of the group.
Yeah, fine. Like, it's awkward. I get it.
I
But like,
don't think you should.
emotions are running high for Cordell. Not Koye, but for Cordell.
I met you 2 days ago, and I will die now that you have left the villa. Get off it.
Brotherly bond.
Anyways, that's all I had, and then I just had that even his goodbye speech was emotionless and boring.
Wow. I like him.
I know.
Good luck, Koye.
So then tomorrow night.
We get a couple previews. It's mostly Rob talking to Liv
And Liv being mad.
and Liv being mad. They're all wearing the same outfits in the preview. So it's post Koye leaving, pre going to bed that night.
And she's mad, and that's cool.
Yep.
Like, I respect you saying something to him about it and calling him out on it.
Yep,
That's
for sure. Needs to be
good for you.
conversation.
Yeah, like you should. Especially because now it's like you guys aren't coupled up anymore, and it's just a weird situation. So I'm interested to see how that goes, and if Leah gets involved, and if everybody's just awko. But it should be good.
It's early days.
Yeah. Okay, so I have favorite couple, favorite person.
Okay.
And then I put least favorite couple.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thinking on the fly here. Koye, favorite person.
Okay, he's not here anymore. He doesn't count.
Doesn't count? That's
No,
rude.
he's gone.
Cordell, favorite person
Ugh.
because of his love of Koye.
You love Cordelia. So who's your favorite couple so far then?
Cordell and Serena.
Ew, still?
Still
Jesus.
holding strong.
All right.
Leah and Rob are cute, but
Well, I still have Kayla and Aaron. I like Kayla and Aaron.
yep.
I think they're cute. I think Kayla's the cutest thing ever.
Okay.
I love her.
Okay.
So she's still my favorite person. And then for my least favorite couple, I actually put Liv and Hakeem, even though previously I said that I think they'd be cute.
No. It's Hannah.
To me, I just said that even when she was giving her speech and stuff, it just seemed very fake.
Well, she's mad.
I know, but the feelings of it seemed very fake. So that's why I put them as my least favorite couple. But least favorite person, I put Hannah
Okay.
as an overall.
Hannah, least favorite person, least favorite couple is Hannah and Cordell.
But why? What did Cordell do to you?
Cordell did nothing. It's just they're not a good couple because Hannah seems to suck and Cordell could do better.
Well, yeah. Yes, Cordell definitely could do better. I feel like a potato could do better. I like potatoes this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But yeah, that's it.
That's it. Episode 3, over.
My prediction is still Kayla and Aaron for the win.
Anyway, see you next time. Tomorrow night.